it's Terry, your cheerleader of dreams. Today I want to talk to you about something that could be the reason you're not achieving your goals. Now, I'm not sure if you follow me on Instagram, but recently I did a poll on Instagram asking what some of your greatest challenges are. And a huge percentage said this: frustrated by not achieving my goals. Well, I get it. And I'm not exaggerating when I say nothing delays your dreams and goals more than this. So, I came across an article from a guy named Darius Foroux, who said that his mentor gave him the best advice to be successful. He said, I just try to avoid being unsuccessful. He said, you should study what makes you unsuccessful, unhappy, broke, fat, stupid, and then just eliminate those things out of your life. Well, Darius said, to this day, I still live by that advice. So I did exactly what he said. I wanted to know what are some of the common habits and traits of unsuccessful people, because I want to see the list and then just work hard to remove them from my life one by one. So I did the research and I wrote a whole chapter in my book on the 5 things successful people do before 8 a.m. Chapter 8 is called 10 Things Unsuccessful People Do that the successful don't. Now, I want you to have this as your own personal checklist. So this week, I'm giving it to you as your free download. So you just click the link in the description and you can get this chapter, chapter 8, get the list right now. And trust me, you're gonna be surprised by some of them. But it can become your own little checklist of things to avoid. And hey, I wanted to ask you real quick if you would do a favor for me. Would you help me out this week by letting me know if you enjoy these weekly videos by simply subscribing? All you have to do is push the subscribe button on the screen, and that's just a huge encouragement to me to just keep going. So I hope that I'm building your faith and helping you stay focused on achieving every dream that God has put in your heart. So I want to say thank you for subscribing. That's what I'm here for, right? Okay, today I want to focus on just one of the bad habits that seems to be the most common and the easiest bad habit to practice. But it's also the very thing that will delay your dreams more than anything else. And let me say real quick, nobody's perfect. Even highly successful people have some negative habits now and then. But the truth is, there are certain rituals, behaviors, habits that could be truly stopping your progress. And this is one of the most harmful. Are you curious? Did you know that people can identify exactly how successful or unsuccessful you are the moment you open your mouth? I know, I don't like that either. But what I'm referring to is complaining. Actual complaints. Did you know that when you complain, the only thing complaining does is convince other people that you are not in control? Isn't this crazy? Think about this. Complaining is a subconscious way of expressing that you're powerless. You're powerless to change your circumstances. See, when you complain about your debt, you're voicing hopelessness to be financially free. When you complain about your body, you're decreeing it's impossible to be in shape. When you complain about your job, you're expressing there's no way it could ever improve. You know, years ago, I heard Joyce Meyer say, don't complain about something you don't have a vision to change. If you're not going to make changes in your finances to put to your body or to your place of employment, then don't complain about it. She says, you chose it, you spent it, you ate it, you settled there. So don't complain about it. And I know that was not easy for me to even say. I feel like I'm sort of being mean this week, but I promise I'm sweet. I'm just telling you some of the things that God dealt with me about. And it can be shocking to recognize how many things we complain about just in one day. The traffic, the weather, how you slept, you're hungry, your hair, the red light that took so long, how your body has changed. Okay, maybe I'm talking about myself. Where you had to park, how crowded the restaurant is, the food is cold, your head hurts, your list of to-dos. I mean, it just goes on and on. But just even as I'm saying that, it's draining, isn't it? But the thing is, we do it without even noticing we're doing it. But here's the result. When you complain about your life, what you'll get is a lot more to complain about. Why is this? Because you get what you focus on. It's no different than focusing on red cars. Pretty soon you see red cars everywhere. Well, complaining does the same thing. It magnifies what you focus on. It magnifies the negatives in your life so much that it crowds out any potential for you to see anything positive. Complaining is draining. It zaps your energy. It causes you to subconsciously feel hopeless to change your circumstances. It actually lowers your self-esteem, and it brings the entire atmosphere around you down. Now, you might want to rewind that and hear it again. In fact, Heather Luzik, I think that's how you say her name, Luzik, she said complaining is very contagious. She said it spreads and it brings everyone around you down. Again, nothing delays your progress more than complaining. Bottom line, when you complain, you remain. Jim Rohn said it like this. He said, indulge in complaining slightly and you might as well forget about the future. He said, spend 5 minutes complaining and you will enter a financial desert. And then he dramatically says, choke on the dust of your own regret. But seriously, think about the story of the Israelites headed to the promised land, the land of abundance, the land of more than enough. They literally delayed their trip by 40 years. Why? Because they obsessively complained. They griped about the water, the weather, the food, the leadership, the distance, the climate, the desert, the people. Here's the shocking news. The destination should have taken 11 days to reach, less than 2 weeks, but it took them 4 decades. Well, when you put that in perspective, which circumstances are you circling year after year, making very little progress because you keep complaining? Is it the mountain of weight loss you keep going around? But rather than focus on progress, you magnify the lack of results. Complain and you'll remain. That's what Joyce Meyer says. Could it be the mountain of marital problems? Rather than pinpoint the good in your spouse, you zero in on the bad and magnify it to such a degree that it crowds out any potential for restoration. Complain and you'll remain. Could it be the mountain of financial problems? Rather than focus on paying off one single debt, you get so overwhelmed by the pile of bills, the lack of savings, the hope for change, and you just complain that it will never improve. Complain and you'll remain. Zig Ziglar said, the more you complain about your problems, the more problems you'll have to complain about. Well, I love this from David Horsiger. He's the author of The Trust Factor. He said 18 years ago, his mentor asked him to make a 90-day commitment to stop complaining. He said, it absolutely changed my life. He's now a best-selling author. His clients include the Wall Street Journal, the New York Yankees, Wells Fargo, and he said it all began by making a commitment to stop complaining. Well, Philippians 2:14 says, do all things without grumbling, fault-finding, and complaining. That's a pretty clear command, isn't it? Remember, every word you speak has some kind of outcome on your life. So are your words taking you closer or further from your goals? What you say matters. So I'm just challenging you and me to avoid complaining at all costs. Think of it this way. On your road to success, what do you want people to hear when you open your mouth? Complaints or gratitude? When you complain, you sound powerless. When you're grateful, you sound powerful. The beauty is that the choice is up to us. So I want you to get your free download this week. And it's an entire chapter from my book called 10 Things Unsuccessful People Do. I want you to use this as a checklist this week. You got one of the bad habits, which was complaining. Now check out the other 9. So just click the link in the description. And remember, I'll be cheering you on to live your dreams. Hey YouTube! Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and to get more inspirational content, click one of these videos right here. And remember, I'm cheering you on to live your dreams.